Hello beautiful people, my name is Kira and welcome to Raw Stitches. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk all things cross stitch. Cross stitch is just wonderful. So this is my first ever Flosstube. We're going to do like a WIP parade extravaganza. I'm going to show you my WIPs. I'm going to show you a couple of FFOs. I'm going to show you a couple of kitted up projects I've got ready to go. I need to slow down. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me because I think it's very important to know the person behind the cross stitch. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to do a little bit about me. As I said, my name is Kira. I am on YouTube and Instagram as Raw Stitches. The reason behind the name is because my younger brother, when we were very little, he couldn't say Kira. He could only he called me Rara. So Raw Stitches. And I think it's so cute. I think it's adorable. I have been cross stitching since 2018, so for about 8 years. Oh my goodness, I'm getting old. I am self-taught. I didn't have a grandma teach me or a family member teach me how to cross stitch. I just have I have this personality trait, I guess, where I'm like, I could do that, and then I go and I teach myself, and I am very stubborn. So yeah, so cross stitching since 2018, pre-pandemic. Was very grateful for it at the pandemic though. My goodness, it keeps you sane. I do other crafts. I am multi-craftual. I am multi-crafty. So I crochet, I knit, diamond painting. I am learning how to sew. I never learned how to use a sewing machine when I was younger. So I am, like before, bought a sewing machine and I'm teaching myself how to make things. I'm currently trying to make project bags. It's going okay. It could definitely be better, and I thank everything in this world for YouTube videos and tutorials because they are my savior in this situation. I am a nerd. I'm a nerd. I do consider myself a big old nerd. I love video games. What am I doing with this little finger? Put her down. I love video games. Finding the time between cross-stitching and crafting in general and playing video games and spending time with my family, there's not enough time in the world. I do love video games. I have streamed over on Twitch. I am under Raw Stitches, I think. I will link everything below that needs to be linked. When I was playing Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, what else? Minecraft. You'll see I've got a Minecraft whip. I love Minecraft. I love watching people play Minecraft as well. I'm a big watcher of games as well as a person who plays games, and I love spooky games. I need to calm down. I'm getting cuckoo over here. I am a lover of spooky games, so ghost hunting games and also simulator games. I love fun. I love games. Baldur's Gate, love it all. I have also recently, me and my partner have started to play Dungeons and Dragons, D&D. And tabletop games is a whole new world that we have barely scratched the surface on, and I'm very, very excited. So that is a little bit about me. It's going to be an extravaganza, so let's just get cracking. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's start by going over a couple of finishes that I have got. I've picked out a couple, 7 or 8, I guess, of finishes that I think really show my personality and who I am as a stitcher. So I really wanted to show them to you first. So that's what we're going to start with. The first one I have for you is Eeveelutions, which is by Glitch Stitch AU on Etsy. I think they still are alive and kicking. I stitched this, I think I probably finished this about maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago. It is on a Chromatic Alchemy 18 count Ada, of which I cannot remember the name, but Chromatic Alchemy is no longer in business anyway. And I just love it. I just think it's absolutely stunning. What's my favourite Eeveelution? Thank you for asking. I am a lover of... It's hard because I love them all. In different points of my life, I've loved different ones. I'm currently on an Umbreon. I would say Umbreon, but Flareon was my favourite for a long time. But yeah, beautiful. I loved every stitch of this, to be honest. It was just wonderful to stitch. And I'm really happy, like looking at it now, I'm really happy with my stitches. I think they're so neat. Oh yeah, 2024. I put my initial. KE 2024. There we go then. So 2 years ago, I finished this. So that is one FFO I have. The second FFO I want to show you is called In Nature. Oh my goodness. Okay. In Nature, and this is by Blueberry Ridge Designs. When I first saw this, I clutched my pearls. I was like, oh, the dragonfly, there's a snail. I love snails. Oh my god. I've just started watching somebody called Slow Snail Stitching, and I'm like, yes, sister. I love snails too. This design, I believe it's an 18 count Ada. It might be one that I just tea-dyed myself. I love this so much. This is a prime place up in my hallway. I think it's absolutely stunning. I don't believe I stitched it with a lot of called for colours. I know I did Gentle Arts Cinder for the wings, which is one of my favourite colours, because it's like a deep purple black overdone. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so I think this pattern is slept on. I don't think I've seen a lot of people stitch on this, and why? Like it's only got this bit of a border, and I just love it. I just think it's beautiful. In Nature, My Soul is Home is me to a T. In another life, I'm frolicking in the woods, in the forest, surrounded by mushrooms and snails and animals and wildlife, and just living my best damn life. Just living my life. I love this piece so much. I need to stop raving about it. So this is In Nature by Blueberry Ridge Designs. This next finish is, I don't need to worry about glare on this one. This is Beauty in Simplicity by Quarternion Creations. I am a current model stitcher for Quarternion Creations, although the model I'm stitching right now is in timeout because she's been very naughty. But this one is Beauty in Simplicity, and I just bloody love this. I just love this. I want to see if you can see the variegated tree trunk. I'm not sure what. Let's just bring it right up. Hopefully you can see that. She's beautiful. She's so nice. She, again, same with the last piece. I am such a nature girly. And this one just screams me. Find beauty in simplicity. And for me, everything nature is incredibly beautiful and simple. And what more do you want in life? Oh, honestly, love it. And also, if you are wondering, I did frame all of these myself very poorly, but it works. Okay, this next one is just a hoop finish I did recently. This is called, I think it's called Candle Night by Tidy Patterns on Etsy. I just did a hoop finish. I wrapped the hoop in this purple ribbon, and I just, Bob's your uncle. Nice and easy. I love this. I think this is so beautiful. And this is again on an 18 count Ada, and I believe this is a Coffee Craft fabric of the month. So they are unnamed. She's beautiful. I didn't do, apart from the 310, I didn't do any called for colours. I just picked what I had in stash because this was a last minute kind of start, and I'm just so happy with it. And I finished this last year, I don't know, early first quarter of the year, I finished this. The reason I love this next piece, I obviously love the piece because of what it is, but the frame I found for it I think is just perfect. Yeah, it's this is the Extraordinary. I need to learn to hold things straight. Oh my goodness. Wait, there we go. This is the Extraordinary Bird Sow by Lola Crow. This was the mystery sow from last year, 2025. I surprisingly, this was my first ever mystery. This was my first ever mystery sal of Lola Crow. I'm gonna give you a close up. This was my first ever mystery sal of Lola Crow, and I was very surprised to keep up. It is a lot of stitching. I think this is like 19,000 stitches or something. But she is just wonderful. I love birds. Love birds. Shoebill. No. How cameras work. Shoebill. We actually have one shoebill in the UK in Exmoor Zoo, and we are planning on going to see this bird in August around my birthday, because I just absolutely love them. Since learning about them from the stitch along, I have become obsessed with the shoebill, and yeah, just so good. This is one I also finished in 2024. This is Moths and Moons Sal. Not Sal, just Moths and Moons by Tiny Modernist. Stitched this, I finished it in 2024. Beautiful. You can't really see the colour, it's kind of washing it out. It's a very light kind of green, but it is wonderful. I've seen quite a few people have stitched in this lately, and I'm a little bit kind of would love to stitch it again. I am just realising how many animals stitches I have. This is crazy, but this is beautiful. This was my first kind of foray into heavily backstitched cross stitch, and very daunting at first, but you know, you just get on with it, don't you? Beautiful. And my final finish that I want to show you is the Big Mama Gemma. This is Moonlight Sampler by oh gosh, lights. Okay. Oh, I hope you're not going to be able to see this too much. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower. I wish you could see this better. Okay, just like that. Don't move, Kira. This hurt my arm already. Yeah, Blue Flower. Is some form of 18 count Ada. And I wished I finished this in 2023. I wished I'd have picked a different thread for the words, because it does ghost. Even in person it ghosts. But she's just beautiful, and yeah, I'm not changing her. She's framed, she's beautiful, she's up on my wall in my bedroom. She's beautiful. So they are my finishes. I hope you love them. I love them. They're up on my walls. Of course I have like little ones dotted around, so Halloween Snail by the Stitch Crypt, potentially, but not certain. And then this was just an Etsy find. Ooh, that one. That was just an Etsy find. I didn't realise how many animal stitches I have. I'm really interested to see how many animal stitches I have in my WIPs and in my kits. Very interested. But first, let's get going with the actual WIP parade. The reason everyone is here, hopefully, is for the WIP parade. First things first is, this is the Blue Flower, and this is Night Walks Down. Let me just show you, and then I can talk about stats, etc. Yeah. This is beautiful. You know, I mentioned earlier that cinders, I've put it in the hair and in the cap. Oh, I love it. This fabric is an 18 count Ada from Coffee Craft Fabrics. It is a fabric of the month, so it is unnamed, as are a lot of her fabrics, I believe. But this is just, oh yeah, the colour of the hair is looking really good there. Yes, this is 18 count, stitched 2/1. I started this in September of 2025. I don't have any progress as it is a, oh, itchy nose. I don't have any progress as this is a paper pattern, and the dimensions are 256 by 151. and I love it. I love this pattern so much. I think she's just stunning. The blue flower to me can do no wrong in her designing. Like, she's just wonderful. Anyway, so that is Nightwalk Down. Also wanted to mention, none of these are in any order, apart from I have 3 full coverage, which I've left to the end for those who are not interested. I'm going to put them back in my bags. Oh, I did want to say, I believe I'm using all the called for colours as well. Okay, one down. Number 2. Okay, this next one I have is called Hope and Love. This is by Teresa Kogut. And this is where I am up to currently. This is my current WIP Go call for February 2026. I have put in this, I've been working on this for 3 days and I've done about 3,500, and I'm really trying to aim for a finish right now. It is also in my master manner, so it will come back up again anyway. So, but I'm kind of aiming for a finish. On my WIP Goes, I just aim for 5 days worth of stitching, so however much that is. But this is beautiful. This is stitched on a 28 count even weave. This is a fabric flare fabric in the colour Mushroom. I am using Called For DMC. Called For DMC to stitch 2/2. I started this in October of 2025. I'm currently at 72.37%, with about 3,500 stitches left to go, and the dimensions are 150 by 144. I really love this piece. I think she is stunning. The colours are really showing up really well, actually. Beautiful. Oh, apart from one colour, which is this flower colour, I'm using a overdyed, and it's called Baked Apple. I think that's the only overdyed I'm using in this whole piece, but she is beautiful, and I'm trying to get a finish for her on her over the next few days, so we shall see. We've got a lot to go, but I think I can do it. I think so. We'll see. But she's in my WIP Go. She's my current WIP Go. Number 2 done. Number 3, we have Rays of the Deep. And I do have a thread on this one, so I can only apologise. This is Rays of the Deep. This is by Needle Lot Designs. I'm stitching this on 32 count. It's a fabric flare scrap I had in stash. And I'm stitching it like a maniac on 1/1 on 32 count because I'm a hooligan. That's why. She is minuscule. Camera's not even going to focus on how tiny she is. She is tiny, and that is why I have really struggled with her. I started this in May of 2024. I think that's wrong. I think I started this in May of 2023. Either way, she is 70.11% complete, and she is 74 by 103. She really is so close to being finished. I've got a lot, so obviously I've got a couple bits of fill in here, but then there's a couple, you'll see in the picture, there's a bubble, and there's another, I think a manta ray up here, either a manta ray or a stingray. But I love stingrays. They're wonderful creatures. They're just magical. What's not to love? So yeah, this is Rays of the Deep. Next one is my nerdy one. Okay, so this one is Minecraft, also known as Home Sweet Home. It is by Glitch Stitch AU. And this is how far I have gotten. She just looks so good. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Because this is a wonderful creation. For any Minecraft lovers, you will like this. Me and my partner love Minecraft, so this is, we're gonna come here in our office and just look absolutely wonderful. I'm stitching this on no, I'm not stitching this on 32 count. I'm stitching this on 18 count Chromatic Alchemy, who is no longer available. And this is in the colour Glacier. I'm using all the Called For DMCs because I'm not messing up all the colours in this. 2/1. I started this January 2024. I'm at 26.98%, and this is 300 by 300 stitches. She's a big girl. She's a big girl. She just got called, no, she was a Master Manor. I'm doing a couple of Stitchy games quickly, just whilst I'm here. I'm doing a couple of Stitchy games. I'm doing WIP Go from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. I'm doing Master Manor from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And I play I Spy as well, which is Laura from Stitching by the Shore. This Minecraft piece is a room in my Master Manor that I have found already. One of the milestones I have for this is to reach the top of the pattern. And now I thought I had hit that when I stitched in the word home. But in fact there is some taller trees up at the sides, so I haven't reached the top, which was a real shame because that would have been a good milestone. But anyway, Minecraft by Glitch Stitch AU. Fantastic piece, lots of block stitching, very repetitive but just wonderful. Really, really, really nice. I love this one. I genuinely can't wait to get back to this. This next one, if I'm not mistaken, is my oldest WIP by a margin. This next one I started in January of 2021. Oh my goodness. This is Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Gurl on Instagram, Etsy, I'm not too sure. She's a big girl, but I haven't worked on her in so long, and I'll tell you for why. This border, she's bordering. She's a big girl. She's a big border. She's just very intense, and I'm not like the biggest fan of borders anyway. I mean, I love this. That house genuinely took me about 4 days of stitching. It was huge. I love this piece. I do want this on my wall one day. January 2021, it's been nearly 5 years. I need to get onto this. This will come up in Master Manor and I think WIP Go. And then I just need to pull it out for more I Spy and whenever I can, really. But it's just this border. I need to when it comes to borders, I like to try and get it all done first. With this one, I just couldn't. It's just too the same. But we'll see. I haven't given you any stats about this one. So, Pandemic Sampler by Sarcy Gurl. This is 32 count even weave by Fabric Flair in the colour Smudge. I'm using a DMC conversion. I'm stitching this 2/2. Oh, itchy eye! I'm stitching this 2/2, as I said, January 2021. I have just recently put this into Pattern Keeper, so I haven't marked off what I've got so far, so I can't tell you the percentage just yet. But this is 296. This is 296 by 232. And yeah, she's over 50%, I would say. Just that border, man. Border is a big old. She's big. Guys, you need to try and tell me to do my work on these. Okay, this next one is one I also started quite. This is my second oldest WIP, to be fair, and up until recently, I only had like 100 stitches in it. This is Seeking Refuge by the Scarlett House. I started this in February of 2022, so as I said, quite a while ago. And this is where I'm up to so far. I'm stitching this also on 32 count even weave Fabric Flair in the colour Opal. I'm using the called for overdyed mostly, and I'm stitching this 2/2. This is a paper pattern, so I haven't got any stats on it. And this is 249 by 183. She is lovely. And I'm also cutting off the bottom section. I don't think it's needed. I'm just doing a white. I don't think you'll be able to see it. White. Not really, but yeah, this one is lovely. I pulled it out for a WIP Go call at the end of last year, 2025. To do, and I did quite a lot of progress because literally before that I had maybe 100 stitches. So yeah, that's that. This next one is called The Bee Queen, or as I like to call it, Queen Bee, by Tiny Modernist. She is stitched on 18 count Ada fabric flare called Arctic Sky. I'm using the Cord for DMC's 2/1. Started this August 2023 and I'm at 65.31%. She is a 142 by 184. She is wonderful. She is gorgeous. She was, at the end of January, she was a big call in Milestone Manor. She needed just shy of 2,000 stitches. And I did hit a milestone, which was completing her dress. So she looks absolutely stunning. I just love her. I think she's going to look fabulous on my wall. I did finish The Stitching Goddess, I think it's called, also from Tiny Modernist. Since moving to this house, I haven't put her back on my wall. She needs a wash. She's a dirty girl. But I love her too. This next one is called Self Love. And she is designed by Birdie's Crossing on Etsy. I am doing her, she's a monochromatic piece. So I decided to choose this purple wacky fabric. And I'm doing a variegated purple thread as well. Hopefully you can see that. Probably not, but she is variegated. I am using an 18 count Ada by, I cannot remember the name. And I'm using a variegated purple floss that I just found in stash. I cannot remember. If I remember, I will put it somewhere. I'm stitching this 1/1. I started this January 2025. I'm at 13.20%, and this is 214 by 259. I started 2 monochromatic pieces this last year in 2025, and I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of monochromatic. But I think this is so effective. I love the purple on purple. I think it looks wonderful. Very much inspired by, what's the girlies called? Can the Stitcher, Marjorie made Bridget and the Museum Stitcher. They were doing pink on pink. Genius, just genius. So I am doing purple on purple because why not? You know, I had this wacky fabric. I thought purple on purple, thoughts, feelings. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. So that is Self Love by Birdie's Crossing. This next one, I did start really recently, and I am obsessed with this. I'm just looking at it like, oh, I love it so much. This is called Schwartzwold. This is also known as the Black Forest. This is an owl forest embroidery pattern, and I'm stitching it. It is again another monochromatic. Let me do this side. Another monochromatic piece. I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada from Coffee Craft Fabrics. That is a tongue twister. Coffee Craft Fabrics, Fabric of the Month, and I am currently used just B5200. 2/1, started it in December 2025. Pretty much immediately once it came out, I was like, yeah, I need to stitch that. And I'm at 5.60%. This is 231 by 353. I love this. I have chosen this dark green and I'm stitching in white. And I know what you're thinking, Kira, that fabric doesn't look big enough. And to that I say, viewer, you may be correct. I measured it time and time again, and I genuinely think I've got like that. Like, it's right to the edge. And I've taken into consideration the serge edge. It's going to be a hope for the best situation. I love this so much. I've seen a couple of people's versions of this, and they've put in different colours, and I think the reason I've stopped here is because I'm tempted to put some, either a darker colour or a couple of other coloured pastel colours. So some pinks, purples, teals, yellows, but subtler, like pastel-y kind of colours. But I think the white looks really, really good on this dark fabric. I think it just looks beautiful. Am I crazy for doing a whole piece? A whole monochromatic piece in just white? Absolutely. Balls of steel over here. This next one is called For the Love of Nature. It is Teresa Kogut. I'm stitching this on a 28 count cashel linen fibre on a whim in the colour parchment. I have a centre start. And I'm working on the big old reindeer. This way, this way. She is wonderful. With kissing the little squirrel. I had to get that in first. I had to get that in first because I just think that is so stunning. Mostly using the cord 4s. So hold on to your hats. The reindeer is charted to be in this colour of the the lighter colour of the squirrel tail, and I just thought that ghosted way too much for a reindeer. So I took 2 DMC colours together, and I'm stitching this 2/2 anyway, so I just used 2 threads, 2 different brown caramelly kind of colours, and I think it looks really nice. Is it variegated? Yes, a little bit, but I can't wait. It'll be more, we'll be able to see it better when it's completed. That's what I have for now. This is currently in Master Manor, in quite a prime position and like near my entryway, so she gets quite a lot of seeing too. So yeah, 28 count, mostly on the cord 4 over dyes. Stitching is 2/2, started in December of 2025. I did have quite a few starts in the end of last year. Don't know why. This is a paper pattern, and she is 198 by 198. Oh, I will show you the project bag that this one is in. This was made by me. It's a little rough around the edges, don't get me wrong. Like there's a bit here that's not sewn to the zipper, and it's a little bit small, but for my first ever, this isn't my first project bag. I'll show you. Have I already used it? No, I haven't. I have another project bag that was my first one. This was the second one I made, and I decided to make it patchwork because I'm cuckoo. I think it's wonderful. I'm really proud of it, actually. Number 11, we have, this one is called One Lifetime. It is Lord of the Rings inspired, and it is designed by Game Over Stitches. Crunchy or Ada. And this is what I have so far. I think this is my smallest start out of everything. This is stitched on 18 count fabric flare in the colour Ocean, using the cord 4 DMCs, stitching this 2/1. I started this in November of 2025, and I'm at 8.25%, and this is 105 by 140. So it's not terribly big, but it's just beautiful, and it's got the quote from Lord of the Rings that I just freaking love. Oh, just want to stitch all the time. 2 more before the full coverage. So this next one is called, and there is a hanging thread, so apologies for that. This next one is called Woodland Santa. This is another Teresa Kogut. I'm stitching this on a 28 count linen that I found in a charity shop. I think the fabric brand is Permin in the colour Country Linen. I could very well be wrong. I just did a conversion from Stash. I wanted to make the Santa coat a little more red instead of brown. Loved the brown, but I think the red just looks really cool. And I had it in Stash, so why not? This red is Campfire by Classic Colourworks, I think. Wonderful. Started this December 2025 as well. I can't be sure on the percentage for this one because it didn't go well into Pattern Keeper. I think I'm about 35 to 40% done, and this is 113 by 141 stitches. She's wonderful. Why do I always call them she? Don't know. There's Santa. And again, one of the reasons why I love this one is because there's a snail on her. There's a snail on Santa. What's not to love when there's a snail involved? I mean. Okay, last one. This is one that I call my bed stitch, my bedtime stitch. It is a freebie from Crochet A Go Go. You can find it on their website. I will link it below. I'm not going to show you the picture. I'm going to show you what is going to have on it though. This is called Love Makes Me Happy. I'm using just a variety of what I had, DMCs and overdyes. I've put a 17 here instead of 14. The 14 was for Valentine's Day. I've put 17 as that is the year myself and my partner got together. Stitching this up for Valentine's Day. It's not massive. It's cute and adorable. It's going to go really quick. Look at my cut job though. Guys, tell me I'm not the best cutter of fabrics in the whole world. Slay. Yeah, fabric from Stash, 2/1, 18 count, scrap Ada. Started this January 2026. No idea what percentage I'm at, and this is 75 by 63. It's so cute. This is a fourth. I've got 10 days. I should really upgrade this from being like my bedtime stitch to an actual like sit down and stitch, because I would like to get this done. Oh, I need to show you. Okay, so I'm using just a variety of threads, as I said, from Stash, but I asked my partner what he wanted the truck colour to be, and he wanted this one. It's called Bejeweled from Classic Colourworks, and it is just beautiful. It's going to stand out so beautifully against the pink and the reds, and I just think teal and pink, stunning, stunning. The next three, these are my final three. These are all full coverage. I would like to disclaimer, the first one that I'm going to show you, I'm almost certain now that it is an AI chart. Did I know that when I started? Absolutely not. Would I have started it if I'd known it was AI? Definitely not. I am a bit of a way through it, and I'm going to keep stitching it. I do love it. I think it's beautiful. But I do want a disclaimer that I do not support AI. So this first one is called Green Library. And if it's not AI, please feel free to tell me. But from what I know, this is an AI chart. This is from Pink Lily Patterns on Etsy. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Ada Zweigart easy count fabric. Using all the called for DMC, 2/1. I started this in August of 2024. And I'm at 23.29%. And that is how far. Oh, how do I'm just not straight apparently. It looks wonderful. Is it all confetti? Yes, especially the leaves. The leaves are incredibly confetti. But is it wonderful? Yeah, it is. This is my first ever full coverage that I ever picked, decided to work on. I am the furthest on this one, as I said, 23.29%. This was a WIP Go call for January and February. And this is in Master Manor. And this is the first, this is in like the porch. So this will get a lot of work done. With my stitching, I have done parking. I did like parking. I kind of do cross country per page. I've not found that it leaves any lines, apart from my bad ironing job. Yeah, I just love it. I think it's wonderful. And I think it's going to look fantastic. So that's that one. Oh my goodness, so much fabric. I like blankets. I'm going to just pop that up there. The next one is Midnight Cat. And this one is by Sweet Violet Stitch Co. I'm stitching this 18 count Ada, again, Lakeside, easy count, using a call for DMZ 2/1. I started this in December of 2024. I'm at 7.70%, and this is 400 by 400. Oh, I don't know if I said for that one it's 450 by 450. This one's 400 by 400. And the amount of black stitches, I'm going to just quickly look because I have forgotten how much 310. 310. So I have done, I don't know how many I've done so far, but this piece in itself of 310 has 74,443 stitches. I mean, it is what it is. I'm stitching it and I love it because I have a black kitty. This is what it looks like thus far. So as I said, I'm at 7.70%. I am, again, like a hooligan. Oh God, you do get an itchy nose in Flosstube. I am stitching per page, cross country. But I do start with the 310 first, which is incredibly difficult, especially when there's a page. I think it's the next one down or one down below that, is 90% 310. So that is going to be a painful day. Painful day. I'm not going to do that in a day. That's going to be a painful year. She looks great and I can't wait to get to the moon. The moon is literally just in the next page and I'm just, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's my last one, guys. My last one. This is my first project bag I ever made. It's just the same. It has a zip. I learned a lot of things when I was doing this because, again, this is my first thing I ever made by sewing. I've got this one still on the hoop because everything you need to see is on the hoop. This is Rose Library, charted by Unconventional X Stitch. Designer is Eeveelutions. I'm stitching this one. I have upgraded. I've changed from the 18 count to 25 count Ada easy count. Using the cord for DNC, stitching it 1/1 full cross. I started this January 2026, so this was my new year, new start. I'm at 1.24%, and this is 600 by 429. And this is where I'm at so far. I do keep the fabric in a pillowcase. Why judge me? I actually really love this. I do prefer the 1/1 full cross on 25 count for the full coverage. I can't explain why. It just feels good, you know? And I think this looks really good. Like, oh, I cannot wait to get to more of this. I think she's just wonderful. And that's that, guys. That's all my WIPs. There's a couple of ones I would like to get completed this year, but I'm not really a goal person. I am more of a, if I'm close, like with Hope and Love, if I'm close, I'm like, yeah, I'll stitch it. So as I said earlier, I'm doing a couple of games. I've got WIP Go on the go, and I've got Master Manor. This is my health layout. Yeah, it's going really well. I actually really love this game, apart from the fact I'm only on the first level and I've already got 4 out of 6 HP taken. It's fine. I've heard a lot about people not knowing where to go once they've kind of unlocked some rooms. So the one way that I'm dealing with it is I have a wheel that spins and it's got all of the rooms that I have unlocked, obviously, because you're only able to access a certain amount of rooms per level that you are, right? So I have a wheel that has the rooms that I've unlocked, and I spin the wheel. Whichever wheel that lands on, I'm putting an extra XP point in there because my milestones are quite large, I would say. So I'm putting an extra XP point in that room, and then I need to get there. So I need to go through the kitchen, the lounge, or whatever it is to get to the place that I've put an extra XP point. And I can only get that extra XP point once I've completed all the stitches as well. So that's just the way that I'm kind of going around where to go next. I know I've seen Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. She's doing like a final destination and then working out that way. Again, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just I've just done it, so I get an extra XP point because I think that's a nice way of doing it. And maybe throughout the year I'll change that and I'll say no more XPs. It can actually be a new start or something. I am also doing I Spy from Lola by Stitching by the Shore. That's new this year. And I'm loving that so far. I think that's a nice way of just like incorporating a couple more prompts and stitches into it. This is my journal. I'm not creative. I just put stickers in. It's just cute. I do have a couple of kitted up projects that I wanted to share with you all. These are the bigger ones. I have lots of little charts that I just like to sprinkle in as like a palette cleanser type thing. So I'm going to just go through a couple of the ones I would really like to start this year. So we have the blue flower, of course. We have baby animals. I think this was new out last year. I don't know. Doesn't say. But this is 257 by 321. Baby animals, Janine McGowan. I mean, honestly, beautiful. Beautiful. So there's that one I would like to start. This is Real Comfort by Plum Street Samplers. And I have all the called for threads, and they're beautiful. That one I would like to start. Ooh, I don't know what this one is. It's a surprise, isn't it, guys? When you go to your bags that you've kitted up and you're like, why? I don't think I am starting this one. Where is it? This one. Oh, this is a Plum Street as well. This is Adorn Your Heart. Adorn your heart, adorn your mind with knowledge of the sweetest kind. I think that's so stinking cute. I got that kitted up with a couple of called for overrides, a couple of DMCs. Another blue flower because I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. This is Forest Home. I've seen so many people stitch this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a bit of me. And oh, I've already got fabric in here. This is a Coffee Craft fabric, 18 count, and it's just like a overdyed brownie beautifulness. Then I've got Botanical Wood Witch. I'm going to put pictures in for the next couple. Botanical Wood Witch, which is by Pandora X Stitch on Etsy. I've got that all kitted up with this Ada, and I'm not doing the black background. I'm stitching it on this really dark purple, which is a printed, actually. Very cool. And I'm not stitching the background, I'm just doing everything else. And then, what are you? Oh, this one. This is We Love Nature. Where have I got notes? We Love Nature, and this is by Happy Mood Point. I have got just like a cream, an antique cream fabric, and I've picked out a bunch of just a couple of sulkies, just like variegated, and I'm just gonna pick like a Quaker and I've got a couple DMC variegated, and I've got a Weeks Dye Works gunmetal, just a couple of things. This one, and Collards by Weeks, one of my favourite greens. And I just think for every kind of motif, I'm just going to pick a thread and go for it and see what happens. So they're mostly what I want to start this year. Oh, and if I do start another full coverage, I don't think I will start another full coverage this year, because I have 3 already, and that seems like too much for my brain. But if I do, and when I do start this, because I will start this, I will be starting, it's called, I'll put a picture here, A Beautiful Place by Stitches So Beautiful. And I just love it. I just love it so much. And I really, really want to start it. And I thought about it. I've been wanting to start it for, well, it's only been like a month or 2, but I really want to start it. But I'm like, no, hold. You don't need to start another full coverage. Especially because I want to make progress on the others. So yeah, that is that. It looks like I'm lying down. I'm really not. It's just this angle. That is that. If there is anything you guys want to start out of the things I've seen, or if there isn't anything that you've seen and you're like, actually, you would really like this, send me a message. I'm on Instagram as Rah Stitches. I really need to get better at uploading, so I'm probably going to post a couple pickies very soon. And that's me. Don't think there's anything else to say. Thank you so much for joining me today. and for sitting amongst my ramblings. Have a wonderful time. I'm going to try and upload every couple of weeks. Every kind of couple of weeks. And yeah, that's me. That's the bit of rara. So have a wonderful time. Have the best time that you have available to you at the moment. I can't wait to see you guys all soon. Goodbye.